Empowered greetings. Dr. John. Hello and welcome. This is Dr. John L. Mack. I'm the founder of GPS, which is the Get Published Successfully platform, as well as this new broadcast, which is Get Published Showcase. Hey, this is a program where we showcase different authors every Monday at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Now, I just recently released my new book, PBX4, the Online Success Formula. It is number 2, and we're striving to hit number 1, but that's not even important. The important thing is that the PBX formula, which is a published book plus a polished brand times a proven blueprint equals a profitable business, is what this is all about. And every week we bring authors on to share their published book, to help polish their brand, and to show them the proven blueprint that their book becomes a profitable business. Hey, join us every Monday. Facebook Live, YouTube, will be presenting all over social media, but we want to make sure that you get the information for your transformation. See you soon, and have Hey, well, great morning, great morning. Hey, happy Martin Luther King Day. This is a celebration today where we celebrate the life of an individual that was consistent and persistent about making sure that we all had the same opportunities. And today, we're going to talk about those opportunities. And we're going to talk about my brand new book, PB4X, the Online Success Formula. Hey, look here. All of us have the opportunity, because of today's technology, to be able to use a published book to create a polished brand and use a proven blueprint so that you can have a profitable business. And today we're honored because I've got one of my authors that's going to be on today. This young man I've worked with for the last 7 years, and together we've created some incredible platforms and done some powerful things. I've been able to coach with him to help him to scale to the point where now the Success Express platform is all over the world. Thousands, hundreds of thousands of people are on that platform, and he's my engineer that helps me to be able to present this quality of show to you on a regular basis. So we're excited and delighted because today we want to share information for your transformation, elevation, and ultimately your compensation. So guys, look here, get ready. Now, my birthday was this past Friday. And, I always wait until my birthday, 2 weeks into the year before I do my GPS, my goals, my plans, and my strategies, so that I can set up the year so that the year begins to give back to me effectively. All too often, we write New Year's resolutions, and within the first 2 weeks or by the end of the month, we've already discarded them or forgot about them, or we don't look at them on a regular basis. But I take that 2 weeks to decompress, to be able to fully focus on what I want to accomplish and what needs to be accomplished. And ultimately, the last 5 years that I've been doing that method, it's been getting gooder and gooder. Yes, I said it, gooder and gooder. So every year for the last 3 years, I've released a new book. This was the year before last, and my coach got with me, and she challenged me to write a book. And look here, using my methodology, the GPS methodology says that you can write it overnight. You can write a book in a weekend. It doesn't take all this time hunched over your keyboards trying to write a book. So what we've done is, what I've done is part of that whole strategy of waiting until my birthday to actually roll out my resolutions. I always set a target date for the release of my book on my birthday. Well, this year was no different. The PBX formula, I sat down, and this whole year, let me just take a moment and then we'll get into the show. I wanted to share this. I've helped hundreds of individuals, aspiring authors and emerging entrepreneurs to get published successfully. And every year they come back to me and say, Dr. Mack, we're just so grateful for you. You really just helped us to get a published book, and we're so happy. We don't know what to say. You helped us to get it to be a bestseller, in most cases, a #1 bestseller. But we're a broke bestseller. We ain't making no money. I didn't say we are not or that we aren't. I said we ain't making no money. So so I sat down, and from 2017 up until this year, I said, what is the formula that will allow an individual to become an online success, to start making enough income, solid income online? And what I found out, what I discovered was the PBX formula. And the PBX formula is this, that a published book plus a polished brand times a proven blueprint equals a profitable business. Do you want a profitable business? After all, that's what it's all about. A profitable business is one where you're earning income consistently, and that consistent income allows you to be able to live the lifestyle that you dreamed of. But it all begins with the book. And surprisingly, that published book is the easiest part of it, but it seems such a daunting and difficult task. Let me bring on my friend, my client, my colleague, my co-worker, KeJohnna Williams KeJohnna Owens. Mr. Owens is the author of 7 Keys to Success, and we did a little play on his name, KeJohnna. He's the key man. His grandfather said, "Boy, you the key man." That means he has the key to help you open and unlock the doors that are preventing you from being successful in life. Good morning, Mr. Owens. How you doing, sir?
Man, I'm amazingly blessed. I get to get up and I get to be on a show like this, and I get to be one of your students. I get to go through your system, and I get to put the best foot forward for myself every day. So I'm just honored to be here. So thank you for having me on the show.
Well, I think you said the operative word there, get to. You don't have to. You see, when you get to do something, that means it's a privilege, it's a pleasure, it's an honor, and therefore it allows you to leverage your brand, leverage yourself to another level. And over the last 7 years, I've watched you leverage that. I've watched you craft a clarity in such a way that now you're helping individuals all over to be able to expand their brand and to develop themselves to the dream that they have on the inside. And that's where it begins at. All too often, we have an identity crisis. We don't know who we are, or we don't know why. Now, your book, 7 Keys to Success, I mean, the practical principles for personal achievement. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. I got an autographed copy, by the way. And so you share that first key is start now. And that's where it's in the start that most people end up losing at, because they don't get started. So talk to us about what it means to get started now, to start now. The S, that first, so we put that word success down, right? And the S in success means that you have to start now. So if you want to be successful, it means you start now. Kind of share that with us.
Absolutely, sir. I just think people wait and think they need something that they don't have to take that first step, but you don't. And again, as we talk about today, just a reference to you again, sir, in our show today, in reference to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., the amazing ability to lead when there was nothing to show you what leadership looks like. And that's what you're doing, and he set the stage for that. So I'll tell you, when you talk about, starting now, I wrote this book, 7 Keys to Success. You helped me really design it based on my work process. Start now. We look for something that we need. We look for something that we want. You need some extra money. You need a truck. You need the loan. You need to always need something in order to get started. But you don't use what you have. And I look at, life as if we just take that first step, the first step. And you talked about your book on one of your podcasts before about your first book. And you taught me that getting started is very important. Just not to care. You just got to go.
It's got to go. They say documentation beats conversation any day. And as we were sitting up crafting this and making sure that, if you're going to write a brand building book, that means that you have to, you want to go through and make sure that it's aesthetically looks well, that it's polished, that it makes a point, and that there's a CTA, there's a call to action, that the cover, everything about it is going to represent you and do so well. And you've done well with this book. I know several individuals that have used one book to be able to leverage themselves to another level, to another tier, to another realm, because now they're the subject matter expert. And I consider you that. And as I was looking, just dealing and consulting with you on the Success Express brand, I was very, how should I say this? I was focused, and I was very clear, and I promise you, I was sometimes unkind, because I was saying, hey, break it down. What does it mean? Make it more clear. Expand it. Tell me what you're trying to say, because I'm not fully understanding it. And I know a couple times you probably want to just reach through the phone and choke me. But the end result is that now you are doing things, man, that are just, oh man, I'm just so proud of you and just so honored to have you in my spirit, because you're doing the doggone thing. You're helping, some of your clients are, but you just got so many things going on and helping so many people that I'm amazed at the fact that you fully embraced the concept and leveraged it, listened, and now you're on your way to a stellar 2022.
I appreciate that. I don't know what's going to come, but I know that I'm committed to doing the work. And when we met, that was the one thing that you had always say, man. You know what? When it comes down to what it takes to get it done, you use what you have, and that's been something about me all the time. You say something pretty cool, right? It's got to be aesthetically appealing. Look at that guy right there. Right?
Well, sure. Hey, I don't know who's on the front cover of your book, but you need to send him some royalty, because he's making you look good.
Let me tell you something here, listeners. Who's the guy? And what I want to say about this is a picture of myself. Self-grandizing or whatever the case. It's not. I mean, you got to believe in yourself. Wherever you are, you have to believe in what you have, that you have the mechanism of success or whatever you desire in your life within you. I always say you must apply the level of the work you do to match the level of the faith you have. So I said,
say that again.
You must apply the level of the work you do to match the level of the faith you have. So I was in a class, since you asked, I was in a class, okay. and he had asked, if you will, why did they sell $50 million jets? And the class was perplexed. It's a deep question. He said, because people buy them. You're just not around the people that buy them. It was so simple. It almost opened my mind. I'm like, man, that's a deep concept, but it's very simple. And I'm telling you, once you get around the people that are buying them, you'll find that they've been buying them for a long time. And they may tell you that don't get the white one, get the gold one. Because the seats don't lay back. People are living extraordinary lives. And if you ask any one of them, they'll tell you that they just got started. They used what they had. And as you, sir, you coach me on through sharing, if you will, how to just use what you have. What you have. You're teaching, sir.
Surprisingly, that's the second chapter in the book. Use what you got. And a lot of people are so afraid of what they have. They're afraid of what that whole imposter syndrome comes out. I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. Nobody wants to hear what I got to say. Nobody wants to. I'm not capable. Other people can write books. Other people can speak on stages. Other people can have businesses, but not me. I'm just little old me. The last quarter of last year and so far this year, I've been focused on that whole identity. Just identifying with yourself. This morning I said, until you accept who you truly are, you'll never be who you were designed to be. We were designed for greatness. Les Brown says there's greatness within us, but instead we operate in what I call shrinking thinking. Zig Ziglar called it stinking thinking, that your mind is polluted and it stinks. But I say that it's deeper than that. It's a shrinking thinking. We want to shrink back so that we don't put ourselves out there. The people won't laugh at us, won't ridicule us, won't tease us, or won't look down on us or think that we are, just like you said earlier, who do we think we are to put our picture on the cover? Who do we think we are to step out and write a dadgum book? Who the heck do we think we are to be able to have a dream of doing something better? And that's what Dr. King said, I have a dream. And his dream was that the content of our character, everything about us, our identity would express to the world who we really are. And when we shrink away from that identity, we're not only hurting ourselves, but we're damaging and hurting other people that are ready and poised to go to the next level of their own success, but can't, because what you have to offer them, what you have to share with them, what you have inside of you is what completes and complements what they have to say. What do you say about that?
We all have a unique purpose, and to pursue that purpose is success to me. Just to be in alignment with what you can't stop doing, won't get out of your mind. Mm-hmm. They told you to stop it years ago. You went back to it. You got to have it. It's something innate inside of that passion that he gave us for a reason. And for some reason, we get away from that because I think the world says that you must do this to sustain. Mm-hmm. But see, God said you must do this to. I know you're a word meister. That's what you're working on right there. I know you're working on it. But it's not that I am success. Is that as you are, as you walk through, you are. This is a practical principle for personal achievement. Simple steps to just get started. Use what you have, control what you know, complete what you start, execute your plan, share your success, and most important, stand for something. You got to. And that's what the book is. And you told me you can't write a book that you don't walk. That's what you told me. If you don't live it and you don't walk it, you can't even be it. Over you, sir. I appreciate the opportunity to share.
Well, let me just say this. What you said right there is so profound, that you can't be that you don't believe you are. You have to believe, and you spoke about belief earlier, and that factor of belief is so crucial in order for you to be able to have personal achievement. And personal achievement is what it's all about. We all want to do more. We all want to have bigger homes, better relationships. We want nicer cars. We want to go up that ladder. But what I found is this PB4 formula that I talk about in my new book, you have to polish your brand. And that's what you've been doing for the last 7 years. I've seen you polishing your brand. You got a copy. I love it. I like it. So you as you polish your brand, every day you get better. So you start off looking like something like, I should show you my first book. This thing was a hot mess. Okay. This is my first book. Look at it compared to this one here. It was a hot mess. Look at the size of it. Look at the look. There's no photo on the cover. Look here. When you open it up, every one of the look how far down it starts from the top. It was a hot mess, but that was the beginning. Despise not small beginnings, because I looked at that and I was so excited that I was a published author. But then I said, I got to get better. I've got to get gooder and gooder until to the point where gooder becomes greater and greater. One of my colleagues said, you have to make sure that your good becomes your greater and your greater becomes your best, because you've got to become the best version, the better version of yourself. And as long as you allow yourself to be stuck, to be on pause, to not move forward toward the dreams and goals and strategies and plans that you have, you'll wonder, how How did KeJohnna get to the point where he's a published author and an amazing businessman making money? It starts with that first simple step, but then you have to focus on getting better. And the better you get, the better you get. And pretty soon, you'll find yourself in the company of greatness. What was it that says, if? I think it Rudyard Kipling says, if you can walk with kings and keep your calm in touch, if all men count on you but none too much, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's within it, and which is more. You will be a man, my son. And what that means is this, that if you start off with the dream, if you start off with just a little bit, start off with all you got, that you'll surround yourself and you'll attract to you everything needed. Consistency and persistency always outlast resistance. So the resistance is those people that's laughing at you, those people that's talking about you, those people that's trying to trip you up and hating on you. Yeah, you're gonna have those. If you didn't have those, then the journey wouldn't be worth it. Because at the end, the word says that he'll prepare a table in the presence of your enemy. Those that are trying to hold you back, they'll have to come and eat at your table and just enjoy the fruit of your labor. But the difference is this, that you continued, and then the poem says, somebody said it couldn't be done, but he, with a chuckle, replied that maybe it couldn't, but he'd be one who wouldn't say so till he tried. So he buckled down with a trace of a grin. If he worried, he hit it, as he tackled the thing that couldn't be done, and he did it. That's what it's all about. And you've done it. I'm so proud of you. How can they get a copy of your book?
You know what? Thank you, sir. If that poem, growth, my 7th grade teacher wrote that long poem on the board. She was old. She was not friendly. But what you just said, this is where it resonates with you later on in life.
Okay.
Man, I just got to tell people, keep going. I tell you what, thank you, sir, for all you do. I got your book. I'm excited about it. Just came, man. They brought it yesterday. I was so excited and to be able to show it on here, man. You're doing amazing work. You've opened some amazing doors for me. And if I could say anything, it's not about me. It's about other people. And what Dr. Mack is doing right here is helping people understand that you could do it. It wasn't very complicated. I didn't know what to do. We have to have coaches. We have to have people that see something in us other than we may see ourselves sometimes. And for him to be able to coach me through, put it in my own work, I'm honored, sir. I'm honored that you'd have me on. I'm honored that you'd put me in front of your platform, help me develop the person I am. And I tell you one thing about having a book. It opens doors to people saying, I want to do that too. So you're not only putting what you are doing or feel powerful about, but you're inspiring other people. So you may see this guy, look, I got a brown tooth, I got all kinds of stuff, man. Write the book. Get out there. It doesn't even matter what you've been through, because what you've been through is preparing you for what you're going to. And if you believe in that, this is what I say again. Apply the level of your work to match the level of your faith. Yes, sir.
Well, and that just kind of leads me to the point that I wanted to make. That the pain that you've experienced can become your purpose. That the mess can become a motivation to help others to be able to overcome their situation. That your injuries can become your inspiration, and that your lack can become the leverage to push you to the next level. And that your frustration is the focus. And when you put all that together and put it in a system, put it in a book, put it in a form, you become the subject matter expert. And when you're the subject matter expert, then doors open. I've identified 7 major avenues of revenue that are available to a published author. So if you're trying to get out there and make money on these online venues and platforms, you need to have a book. When you walk in with that book, there's 2 people out there that they're looking at to speak on the stage, to present, or to give their money to. And they're looking at the one who has great experience, great knowledge, great expertise, and the other one that has a similar fund of knowledge. And the second one has a book then they're going to say, okay, we're going to go with the book because he wrote the book on the subject. He's a subject matter expert, and so that way it allows them to take a part of you, a piece of you, home with them. So now this creates the ecosystem, and the ecosystem is the economy, that self economy that you are able to. The book is the low hanging fruit, $15-20 for the book. But guess what? That opens the door for them to book you, to allow you to come into their lives either as a speaker, a coach, a consultant, as a conference speaker, through your classes, courses, curriculum, all of that. And the higher up and closer they get to you, the more they're going to be willing to spend with you. And that's why we wrote the PB4X formula. And so guess what? During the month of January, we're having what we call the January Jump Start. So we're going to give you 22% off the Gold Publication Package. That's the initial package for you to get published successfully. You need a published book in the first quarter so you can create a polished brand. And with the proven blueprint, it can lead to a profitable business. And that's what we want for you. We want for you to have a profitable business. And a profitable business is the book itself is going to be a stream of revenue, but we want multiple streams of revenue. And what we teach and coach you in the Get Published Successfully platform is how to polish your brand so that when people open up your social media, when they go online to look for you, they're going to see a polished brand. They're going to say this person is real. They're not thinking about it. They're being about it. And then we want to show you proven blueprints. And this blueprint are what are the systems, the automations necessary for people to be able to impact and connect with you so that you can influence. And ultimately, that becomes a profitable business, a sustainable income source that allows you to go to your next level. So 22% off the Gold Publication Package. Now listen, I look at the quadrant, the cash flow quadrant that Kiyosaki talked about, and I looked at it a little differently. I looked at it on one side is the E side, and the other side is the I side. On the E side, first you're an employee, you work for someone else, and I'm not going to negate or downplay that because sometimes you just got to get started. But then you want to develop so you become an entrepreneur. That means you work for yourself. But on that side, on the E side, you're still working. When you go to the other side, the I side, you become an influencer. And when you write that book, when you publish that book, become that published author, then your experience, your education, and your expertise begins working for you, and you can sit back and you're making money while you're sleeping. And then once your income increases to that next level, you become an investor where your money works for you. So we want to be on the side where our expertise, experience, and education is working for us, where our money is working for us, and no longer working for someone else or even working for ourselves because that limits us. Hey, the PB4X formula, you can get the book, go to Amazon, type in PB4X, Dr. John L. Mack, and it will come up. It's normally $19.97, but we have it discounted to $9.97. It was supposed to go off on the weekend, but I couldn't get past that number 2 slot because we're in a category that is extremely competitive. And this the person that's holding that number 1 spot down is throwing a lot of money. He's got a lot of people that's buying it. So we want to be competitive in that arena. Get your copy. Listen, your published book, your polished brand, your proven blueprint will equal that profitable business. If you go to my website, accelerated-self-assisted-publishing.com, accelerated-self-assisted-publishing.com. That's ASAP. Then you'll be able to get with GPS so that we can show you the PB4X formula. So you want to 4X your life, quadruple it. You want to quadruple your income, your influence, your impact, and also your increase. You want to do that in such a way that 2022 becomes that year that you've finally been waiting for your breakthrough. Now is the time. So go, accelerated-self-assisted-publishing.com, or you can go to my Calendly page. That's calendly.com/AskJMac too. And that gives you an opportunity to set up a no obligation publication consultation, so we can see whether or not we are a fit for each other. That's Calendly.com/AskJMac2. And that way we'll set up a no obligation publication consultation. And then you'll be able to see if you're one of the 5 individuals that we work with this month. We only work with 5 new individuals per month. We don't want to overwhelm it. We want to make sure that we give you exactly what you're looking for so that you can leverage to the next level. Hey, this is Dr. John L. Mack. I'm so excited to share with you today. Take advantage of the January Jumpstart. Save 22% off of the pricing. That's a tremendous, almost an $1,100 savings. We want to make sure that you, number one, you get that published book in the first quarter of 2022, so you can go through the rest of the year and that you'll have a profitable business well before the end of the year and start making the income that you desire and deserve. So we'll see you next Monday. We have an exciting new guest for you next Monday, Mr. Brandon Powell. He wrote a book called The Art of Business. Powerful individual. And then we've got some exciting guests coming for the rest of the month, the rest of the year. If you got a book and you want to be showcased on the GPS Get Published Showcase, just go to that accelerated self-assisted publishing.com. Put it in the comments, send it to us. We'll get with you. Our team will make sure that we get you on and that we get you fitted. Hey, Dr. John L. Mack, and I will be back.